Welcome Capricorns, this is your July 13th through July 19th forecast, and for you what is going to be your most influential transit is going to be the moon entering Taurus, trine Mars and Virgo, and that's going to occur on July 18th. So that is going to highlight your career and finances, and it's going to create efficiency and energy boosts that help you integrate soul work into your daily path. And you're being guided to ground visionary work and take many steps towards sacred, record small wins, and be grateful for those many milestones that you're accomplishing as part of working toward your goals. Interesting. So we do have perseverance coming out here with that confirmation. So it's really up to you. You have many different paths that you can go down here, and some of this includes like crashing out and stuff like that. So it's like you have choices, you have options available to you. This could also represent like the literal different projects that you have going on, different investments that you're looking at, different job offers, different opportunities to collaborate and partner with others. So, you know, it could be those things as well. And what may help you decide what's for you and what is the priority is taking that time to meditate, taking that time to just express gratitude and be appreciative for the things that you have accomplished, and for even having these opportunities and being and having the ability to choose from so many different things. Look how powerful you are with everything that you can do and everything that is coming towards you. So you are lucky enough that you get to pick, you get to see like, yeah, I love doing this type of work. I love, you know, when I'm in these types of scenarios and I'm providing support, services, products to the community in this particular way. So you have options on how you can do that. And again, it may take you just taking a little bit of time for introspection and taking rest and taking care of yourself and balancing yourself, body, mind, and soul, to help you decide what's for you. So this is really about you deciding what you want to put that work and effort into. So you have establishment, the 10 of Pentacles, as well as judgment. And then give me one more here, because we're looking at challenges here. Okay, so you are, some of you still in that process of healing, working through some things, and this may not be easy here, just even having different options and different paths that you can go down. So as a part of that process, you may find yourself, I don't necessarily want to say stuck, I don't want to say that, but you may find yourself like really unsure how you want to proceed. And you may also be thinking in terms of like, how would this work out, or how would that work out? And then just getting to this place of like, okay, this is just too much for me to consider and think about right now. So I'm going to sit it aside and do something else. So you may find yourself doing that as well. So I do have a message here about really focusing on your healing process and what is helpful to you as a part of the healing process. So if there is specific work that you're doing that would make you feel good to incorporate that into your flow, then absolutely do that. It may be specific work for some of you that you do because you need the money, or because that is the only available option in your area, or just for whatever reasons that you may not particularly want to be doing it, or that wouldn't be your first choice. That may also come up as an area for exploration for you to figure out how you can start to shift that and shift your actions and your work and your efforts and your focus into work that is more aligned with who you are authentically. Okay, and that may take not just actions and making changes, it may be healing, maybe you allowing yourself to connect more deeply within, to understand like who you are, why you came here, what you decided for yourself to do, how you decided to help humanity coming here. So maybe about you exploring that, taking that time to understand that side of yourself more, and you're healing in the process as well. Okay, so let's look at underlying worries here, underlying fears. Okay, so we have decisions, and you, again, I'm just hearing the unsure about, excuse me, how to move forward or what direction you want to go in, or you may be second guessing your path that you're on here. And it may be like really, really, really in your mind as something that you may be struggling with. You may also be feeling like, yeah, I'm not quite sure the path to go down right now, because these don't necessarily feel like the best options here, or what I can do here based off of, you know, from a financial perspective. So there's a lot of complex components here that may come into play, and that may be part of your decision-making process. So those are things that you want to be mindful of. And I'm hearing like it may help for some of you to write it out. So like journal, and you don't even have to keep that. You can just write about how you're feeling, what are options available to you. And when you're finished, you can, you know, fold it up, throw it away, burn it in a controlled environment, you know. But yeah, you may do some sort of ritual like that to just help you to get the things out onto paper so you can see it. Or you can do like a board of some sort. So it could be like a vision board, or just a organization type of board, like a Kanban type of board, which not everyone's familiar with that, but it's really about you putting tasks up on the board and kind of shifting them to different places based on the progress that you're making with them, like started, you know, in progress, you know, all of that. But whatever this is that helps you to understand more about what you have going on and help you make decisions and help you to relieve a lot of the stress and anxiety that you do have going on in your mind, is what you're being guided to do here. Okay, so let's look at some goals here. Okay, so there may be some work with animals, and this could be also in a volunteer perspective as well, but there definitely could be some professions related to animals that would be beneficial to you. So you may want to explore that. Again, the options are coming out here. Like there's many, many options. We said that earlier. So this is that confirmation of that. If you need a confirmation, that's right here. You definitely have many options available. So we also have don't half-ass shit, give 100%. So that is a message that someone needs to hear. And I feel like once you work through, and first of all, Capricorn, you don't do anything half-ass, but once you work through this and you have clearer focus, then this is not an issue, not a problem at all. But like I said, there may be this opportunity for you to get yourself out of like a stuck, stagnant type of space. And that may be like what this is referring to, of like, okay, don't stay here, don't stay stuck too long. Process things, make decisions, and go for it. Okay, so let's look at these. So we have a job interview coming up. And then we also have receiving a pay increase. So yeah, absolutely. I love to see this. So this is could be specific to someone. So I feel like this could also be opportunity to partner with someone or to collaborate with someone that's going to bring you prosperity as well. So wonderful. Congratulations on this. And then let's now look at your approach here. Okay, so you may be really connecting with soul family and networking with others out there in the community or the industry that you're in to find individuals that can provide support to you in some way, whatever way that is. So that could definitely be helpful to you here. We also have you going within. So I feel like you're doing the things that you feel like are appropriate and that would make sense here, that are going to bring you some logical information, some ideas, some inspiration here. So you're connecting with others, other like-minded individuals. You're putting yourself out there and networking. You're also going within and recognizing the power that you have within and birthing new ideas for you, new opportunities for you, creating your own reality. So we also have transformation here showing up as well. So you are ready to adjust, you are ready to shift, you are ready to transform, and you may have like very specific like ideas for the collective that only you can share in your particular way that's best for everyone. So this is also about you like not holding yourself back from those ideas and doing it in the way that feels good to you. Because I know that in some cases, you know, we all can be a little reserved or not want to be vulnerable in some aspects. And then there's some of us that's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to just put it out there. However it gets out there, it gets out there because people need to hear this. They need to know it. So whichever side you are on does not matter as long as you are doing what you love and it works for you. If you want to step outside of your comfort zone and try a little bit of a different approach, absolutely do that. But this is about you really doing what you feel comfortable with, but taking inspired action, though, is the key. So let's look at your external environment here. So we have determination. So soul family, I'm also hearing is going to be helpful to you at this time. So even if it's just connecting and talking about different ideas and getting support from those individuals and you supporting those individuals as well. So that could be very helpful to you. And I'm hearing for some of you, it's going to be like therapeutic as well, because it's going to help you to work through the things that you do have going on in your mind and help you to re-energize yourself towards your goals. Okay. So sort of like getting back on track or getting that second wind, that's a source of inspiration to continue along your path. Okay, what else? Okay, so there is a lot going on. However, you are a part of the collective that is working through and healing yourself. Excuse me, and you are being the inspiration to others, to show them what it is like to live here in the fifth dimension, to live healed, whole, and complete. You are the example. Okay? So remember that as you are working through things, that is what you are, inspiration to others. Okay? And that shouldn't be the only reason, obviously, of course, and I know it's not, but I'm just saying that is a part of it. That's helpful to know that people are in your corner, they support you, they are watching you from a positive perspective because they support you and they're seeing like, okay, yeah, you're having a difficult time here, but I also see you being vulnerable and sharing that with the world. And if there's any way that, you know, we can all as the collective, as your supporters, provide you with support, then we will do that. Okay, so this is about you just, you know, seeing what's going on out there and you being the example of the things that you speak, the things that you believe, and the things that you trust. Okay, so let's get one. Well, you know what? I'm going to move to guidance here. Let's start with that. Transformation. Allow that change to happen. Allow yourself to continue to grow and to heal. Allow that. Okay, so what else here? So I'm going to shift us back to more of the career and finances. I know we got off track a little bit, but you can still apply these things because you feeling good and doing the things that make you happy are going to adjust and shift your focus and just your reality in all areas. So it all aligns. It all aligns. Trust. So we have perspective. Yeah. What's important to you? What do you want to focus on? What is the priority for you? And that, I would say, you can absolutely apply that to your career as well as other areas, body, mind, and soul. Because I'm hearing like for some of you, it may be like, yeah, this job just doesn't jive with you. It doesn't align with who you authentically are. So it is time for you to explore that, to figure out, okay, am I going to look for something else? Am I going to, you know, work on my savings so that I can be financially free while I figure out what I truly want to do and what's for me, like all of those things. I'm definitely not saying to just up and quit or just, you know, if you need that. Okay, if you need that particular job or position or money, I'm not saying to just go and quit. I'm not saying that, but I am saying to start to work towards the things that do bring you joy in the process, so that there is a moment where you're able to be like, you know what, I'm good. I have this much saved, so I'm going to just go on my own path and start exploring. Okay, so again, whatever feels good to you, whatever feels right to you is what you should do. Okay, so what else here? We'll go here. Your intuition. Wonderful. Thank you. I was just saying that. So that is the most important thing here. Go within and decide what's the right choice. Because a reading likely is not going to tell you that, because these are collective readings. But hopefully it is here to give you some channeled wisdom, some channeled guidance, some channeled knowledge that you can utilize as part of your decision-making process. But ultimately, you have the answers. Go within, connect with source, connect with your higher self, and receive that guidance, those messages, those downloads. Pay attention to the signs and synchronicities that are also happening in your environment as well, because there's guidance there as well. But the solution is within. It's within you. You know what it is. All right. Very specific to your work. So some of you, I'm even hearing like you're going to have to decide, if you do want to take a higher position or a different position, and you do want to leave and start to explore, other employers, other employment situations. You may also be considering going outside of the department, going to a different department, whatever this is here as it relates to work and where your path is leading you and guiding you. I'm hearing also for some of you, it may be about education. You may be deciding like, you know what, I actually want to do this and I'm going to go to school for that. Or you may decide like, I want to advance, so I'm going to go and get this type of education or certification or license so that I can advance. Okay, so this is absolutely you deciding on your priorities in that working environment and going for it, taking inspired action toward it. That would be the next step here. After you decide what you want to do. Okay, what else? Okay, this literally says exploration. So yeah, for sure. This is just that confirmation coming out of like, yeah, once you've gotten through this process, you've made your choice, you've made your decisions. Now it's time for inspired action. How will you make inspired action? How will you make change? How will you work towards your dreams, your goals? And that is really the simplest answer that can be provided, is taking advantage of the operation. Okay, if I can get it out. Taking advantage of the ideas, the opportunities, the circumstances, situations that are created that come towards you. Recognizing like, oh, you know what, I am wanting to advance in my current position. I really love this work. And then you see like an ad for a particular certification or a degree, and you're like, oh, okay, that's inspired, information like coming to you. That's data from the universe that's providing to you like, oh, okay, let me explore that. So that's what I'm saying about like just being open and aware and flexible to ideas coming towards you, and recognizing like those signs and synchronicities as they're happening here. Okay, so what else do we have here? That's interesting. Hey Capricorn, so I'm just doing a little cut here because I did want to look this card up, and this card definitely aligns with what we're talking about here. So this speaks to internal and external realities being integrated so that your decisions are clear and easily made. So this is going to lead you to satisfaction because there's no resistance to you feeling fulfilled. So this is about scanning the possibilities that are open to us in this world and knowing what we want and not being overwhelmed by that. So we did talk about how many options that you do have in front of you and how many different paths that you can go down. So allowing yourself to integrate internal and external worlds is going to allow you to also become grateful for the decisions that you've made so far. with appreciation, gratitude, all of those things, and being grateful for those decisions that you're going to make in the future. So this is about trusting in yourself and trusting in you and the decisions that you are making. All right, so we have the crystal path as well with mineral spirits and crystal beings. So there may be some crystal work that can assist you, and there may also be like some crystals that you can wear to receive that support and unconditional love. Connect with that crystal consciousness. And it could also quite literally be you wanting to get into the crystal business and maybe selling crystals, or I'm seeing like candles as well. So either like putting them in candles or creating like crystals out of wax and then like organizing, arranging them in candles in some way. Yeah, there's potentially some ideas here, inspiration here for you. We also have your soul journey showing up and coming through. So this is you becoming more aligned with that and doing the things that keep you in alignment with your blueprint, with your original purpose. What else? So we have gentle force, gentle movement, persistence, patience, consistency. This is about long-term success. And again, that original blueprint you have for your whole life and where you're headed and how you're allowing yourself to be divinely guided. So that's what this is referring to here, and you getting back aligned with that. Some of you are there, but you're expanding upon that, and others of you are readjusting and realigning. What else? So we have boundaries here with negotiations, contracts, and communications. So that is interesting, as well as you have those many choices that we saw earlier come up and you deciding like what works for you. You may also, as a part of, we saw job interviews coming up, potentially opportunities to collaborate or partner with someone. So yeah, this does align with that. So you could be in talks and you could be signing contracts or working on contracts. So that is wonderful. And then we also have masculine honor, protection, and support. Okay, so I also feel like there's a strong message here of creating, allowing that divine masculine energy to flow through you. And you may need that. You may need to be a little more assertive, a little stronger in your negotiations and discussions, because you are partnering with someone. You are increasing your title, your status, moving on to a higher level position in some way. So yeah, you may need to be a little more assertive, a little more like courageous and bold and direct, and like, yeah, this is what I need, this is what works for me, and if it aligns, you know, it aligns. If not, we can talk about it, we can try to get it there, but ultimately you are strong enough, you are powerful enough, you are brave enough to accomplish and achieve anything you want to do. And if that situation doesn't align with you, you're okay with that, because you know what is true for you and that what's coming to you is greater and even better, and you're okay to let it go. So really calling in those divine masculine qualities as a part of this process, and not being afraid of anything that ultimately ends up not being yours. You being okay either way is really the goal here. All right, Capricorns, so those are the messages I have for you. Thank you so much for watching and have a great week.